So today is Friday and our lesson is about contractions. So the first part of this lesson, I'm just going to kind of go over these notes that Mrs. McGee had in our PowerPoint. So if you want to see these notes in person, you can view them in the grammar folder They'll be the last thing there. So our topic today is about contractions. And what is a contraction? Well, a contraction is a shorter way of saying what you need to say. And it's when you take two words and basically the apostrophe replaces one of the letters, making it faster and easier to write. So one thing that I want you to know today is an apostrophe is not a comma, that an apostrophe happens in the air, and that apostrophe goes in the air, and when we make a contraction, the first word stays the same. The second word pops out letters, and an apostrophe holds their spot. And so some contractions that we're going to be putting in our notes today are over here to the right. Okay? And so at this time, what I want you to do is get out your grammar journal and turn to the next available page, and let's go ahead and give this a title called Contractions. Contractions. And remember, if I'm going a little too fast for you, you can always pause the video and catch up. Contractions. Okay? And basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write the definition. So a contraction is a shorter way of saying what you need to say. And when we think about contractions, the first word, none of my greens are working today, so let me just get a green that works. The first word, this will be my third one, stays the same. The second word pops out letters, and apostrophe holds their spot. Okay? All right. And so I'm going to take that information and I'm going to put a little bubble around it. All right. Now what we need to do is, I just want you to remember that an apostrophe is in the air. It's not like a comma. It doesn't go on the line. It goes in the air. All right. Just like that. All right. Make that a little bit easier. Okay, so now we are ready to put some apostrophes in our, or not apostrophes, some contractions in our notes. So the very first one I want us to put in there is the word I plus the word will. And that will give you the contraction I'll. The next one that I want you to put in your notes is you plus will, and that'll give you you'll. You will, you'll. The next one that I want you to put in is she plus will, she'll. Alright, I'm going to skip a line. I'm going to think about I plus am will give me I'm. He plus is going to give me his. I'm sorry. Yeah. He's, I'm sorry, not his, he's. Their plus is going to give me theirs. And that plus is going to give me that's. Now whenever you're thinking about which kind of their, or maybe his that you, he's, I'm sorry, whenever you're thinking about using a contraction, remember if you can replace it with both words, then this is the word that you can use to replace it. Okay? If you're showing like there's ownership, that's a different type of there. That's T-H-E-I-R. Okay, so those are some. Let's go ahead and put some on this side, and then we'll be finished with our notes for today. So we have some on the other side. So if we had did plus the word not, then we have didn't. And remember that apostrophe goes right here where the O would have gone. It replaces that letter. If you have are plus the word not, you have aren't. Again, where the apostrophe is where that O is not appearing. We're dropping the O. When we have is and we put it with the word not, we have isn't. When we have could plus the word not, we have couldn't. When we have were plus not, we have weren't. When we have do plus not, we have don't. When we have can plus not, we have can't. And when we have will plus not, we have won't. Okay? And one more little piece of information that I want you to add at the bottom is this. So I do want you to go back and take your highlighter, and I want you to highlight all your apostrophes so they stand out. But really quickly at the bottom of your notes, I want you to write its with the apostrophe, and that means it plus is. It's always a contraction. When you have its without the apostrophe, that's possessive. That's showing ownership. And that's like what we talked about yesterday.